Hugo Broos is controversial, but are we not being defensive? Because let's look at South African football as a whole. Hugo Broos has been critical of the level of football that is there in South African football. He's talked about Chiefs, he's talked about Sundowns, he's said everything about everyone, even other national teams like Eswatini. But I think that there's a lesson to be learned, especially from or by Kaizer Chiefs. Hello and welcome to Nation Fan TV. I'm Bilo, I'm your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Amakusi Football Club. If there is an echo, that's because we are here in the studio. We have gotten ourselves a studio. We've got the keys, baby. Sine key manje, and we're going to have more people. We're going to obviously and hopefully have more people wanting to come through to the channel to chat. And I'm going to obviously also invite my own people, my own guests. And yeah, that's interesting and exciting because, you know, we've been working hard and consistent over the past 2 years, and now we're able to afford the space that we can rent and, you know, expand the show and get more people involved. So definitely, if you are around Gauteng and you are close enough to Albertine, maybe you can also come here and then we can talk and discuss and hear you and not just connect through the comment section. So that's just a quick announcement. Now, all of us, if not most of us, if not all of us, have been critical of Hugo Broos in one way or the other. But the thing is, the man has proven time and time again that he knows what he's talking about, because even before South Africa appointed him, he led Cameroon into winning the AFCON before. And now he's brought to South Africa, and he's not just like defeated Morocco once, but he's also done it again in the AFCON. And in my heart of hearts, I had no doubt about Bafana last night. I knew that we had a chance of winning, a solid chance, not a fluke win. I expected us to win. And Bruce also, you see that people will say he should just thank Sundowns. But that means he's smart enough and he's learning that, okay, I thought Umopi was a better right back, but I can clearly see that he's not. So now I'm going to go and get the best right back in South African football who can play football, can overlap, but is also good defensively. Enter Uguti Manje kumele hamba ulanda umtawu. He goes, fetches umtawu. Left back, same thing. He ends up playing Umodiba permanently. Initially said he didn't want to play with Tembazwane, but he ended up playing with Tembazwane. So you see that people are going to say, he's eating humble pie. No, he's a mature man who's realizing that he made mistakes and then he can change his decisions. Which brings me to Kaizer Chiefs. Then how does this whole situation relate with Kaizer Chiefs? It's simple. Kaizer Johnson has 5 months until the end of the season. And he has a certain type of football that he wants to play, right? But if it doesn't work, he should be man enough to just say, you know what, maybe with the players that I have. I know it sounds controversial because Umpilo is always talking about, oh no, we need to win, but we also need to play with flair. But at times you need to win in order for you to get confidence. And once you have confidence, then you can play with flair and win. You get me? You have to start somewhere, because you look at the game that we played, South Africa, Bafana, against Mali. What happened? We played very well in the first half. Second half, they just destroyed us. Scored 2 goals and then we're done. And then we play against Namibia, an opponent that you would think are much easier than us, or easier to play against compared to Mali. But what did we do? We're kicking the ball. Mahopa getting the ball, playing the ball to Uzwane doing things. We scored 4 goals in that game. So then the question is Kaizer Chiefs aware, or is Kaizer Johnson aware of that fact? And I would say that I kind of think he is. Because if you look at the last 3 games or last 4 games that he played, there was not really like beautiful, solid football that he was playing. It was just glimpses here and there. But it was the same thing with Bafana. Look at Mahopa's goal, the way that goal was scored. It was just 1-2 goal. But that's not how we're playing the entire match. But at moments, vital moments, we're able to do those things and score goals. So I think that maturity also in coaches is realizing that Sometimes you just have to accept what you have and work with it. And I think that's one of the reasons why actually Uata Zwane ended up struggling with Chiefs, because he came promising this football and then he had these type of players, and then there was a huge gap between the promise and the reality. And then he ended up trying to go, and then it was too much for these players, and then he just ended up being way lower than he was supposed to be. And it's exactly why you look at coaches like Abo Gavin Hunt, you look at coaches like Abo Stuart Baxter, how they were playing with the Kaizer Chiefs teams that they had. Bebe kahleli ball. Why? Because abadlali besinabo bebengekho comfortable. Manje Chiefs, look at how many mistakes that Brendan Peterson has made, but how many times did we keep on going back to him, knowing very well that he's not comfortable on the ball. So I think that with Kaizer Johnson right now, as much as I will not be happy because I'm me and I enjoy watching good football, as much as I will say football is not there, but I won't care that much as long as we end up finishing second in the league. But if we play beautiful football and we end up being number 8, it's really difficult. But then again, it depends on how you look at it. But before we talk about how you look at it, please do make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because someone will say, what if Chiefs started playing good football, right? We play good football, we finish 8th. And then by the next season, we're now playing good football and we're winning, right? So we started the other way around. We start by building our confidence and sticking to the style of play. And some coaches who have been successful with doing that are coaches like Abo Jürgen Klopp. He wanted to play his style of football, which is gegen pressing, like pressing, winning the ball up front, and creating chances from there. And then one of the first mistakes that the first problems that he had was that our midfield was not good enough, as Liverpool fans, was not good enough to kind of help the press. And what did he do? He went and got players like Abo Jorginho Wijnaldum. He went and got Abo Fabinho, players who were going to be able to help with the press. But then even after that first press, if the team that we were playing against beat that press, then he had a problem that defensively our defenders were not fast enough. There were Dejan Lovrenz at the time, and then he got Van Dijk, and then Liverpool were even better. And then at the time, the problem, Liverpool played final Champions League against Madrid. Hugo Broos made a mistake. Is it Hugo Broos? Whatever, you know that keeper. Loris, I think. Loris made that mistake, and then the very following transfer window, Liverpool bought Alisson, and then they went on the following year to win the Champions League, and the season after that, they won the Premier League. So the philosophy was still there, and they were still winning because obviously if you play well, you are bound to win some games. So this is where I want to understand and hear from you guys. Do you think we should start by beautiful football and win some games and lose a lot of them, and then next season get more players to kind of solidify what we're trying to do in terms of philosophy? Or do you think we should just start by kicking the ball, and then once we have confidence and slowly move to playing beautiful football? The problem with the latter is the fact that what if players get used to kicking the ball, and then when you introduce the new system, they are no longer able to play that kind of football because you've gotten them used to kicking the ball, which is where I would sound like I'm contradicting myself. I would actually say, if you're giving me those two options, I would actually go with play beautiful football, lose some, win some. But at the end of the day, we'll know that we are creating chances and chances are being missed. Okay, let's get better strikers. Rather than saying, oh no, we're going to get new players in June and then they are going to fit in the new style. Because come June next year, or this year rather, then we're starting afresh with everyone with this kind of football. And then we're finding out that actually Umsimang was not good enough. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying what if, or you find out that actually Bruce is no longer good enough, or Machine. I'm just saying random names, and now you have to do the rebuilding. And if you start now and you see that these are the problems that we have in trying to play beautiful football, so then we go out in the June window and then we buy players that are going to fit the style. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.